Welcome, punters. Black Caviar Lightning Stakes Day. As always, I'm joined by Matty. How are you, Matty?
Very well, Wayne. How are you, mate?
Good, mate. Favorite Black Caviar win
Oh, geez, on the spot
off the
there.
cuff?
Yeah. Mate, there was a fair few. No, can't remember what race it was, but it was Caulfield. Went out there and it was the first time I saw it live. And it was just breathtaking to see the horse in action. And how quickly it got around the bend and straight away from the rest of them. So yeah, seen it live. I don't think it matters what race it was. It was just extraordinary.
Yeah, definitely. I think the battles she had with Haylist, I think they were very underrated in our industry. And yeah,
Yeah, especially at Moonee Valley.
she was the bomb. And good to see they named the race after her. It's been a while they've done this, so love it. It always puts a smile on my dial when I hear her name or I see her on the replays because she turned heads in our industry, and it was something we've never seen and we'll never ever see. So Um, this week we're going to preview Flemington race 1 and 7, Sydney race 6, bets around the grounds. I don't know if I want to participate in the multi this week or ever again. If you listened last week, you will understand why. And pineapple of the week, Matty hands it over. So stay tuned. I think we've got a bomb to let off this
Ooh,
pineapple.
very
Uh,
good.
Last week, Matty, Mr. Brightside, just gets it done, finds a way.
Just gets it done. Yeah, I was on track, saw it in its box, looked sensational. Thought it was in a bit of trouble around the
Yeah.
home bend, but found a way. Just that acceleration, especially across that last 250 meters, is just next level. And I think we'll see that horse winning more Group Ones across this preparation.
A question off the cuff. I had a convo with someone about this, and it's a good talking point, which will probably lead us in shortly. Are our racing stocks bad? Like second and third, no disrespect to Buffalo, but he was retired 2 preps ago. He was cooked. Uh, Princess Jenny great front running horse, but them running second and third and only just beating Brightside, like it just, I don't know. I'm a bit worried.
I think you've got some of the more experienced horses definitely leading the way at the moment. I think V8 ran fourth in that race. And I think you look at horses like that. You got King Colorado running this weekend, so I think you've got the stocks coming through. They're probably there's probably a couple of seasons in between these real A graders and these horses coming through. So hopefully we'll see, if not this autumn, but next spring. I think you'll see these horses take that leap to the next level.
I think I'm just setting the bar too high because it's Black Caviar Stakes Day, and we just haven't got the true champions of the turf at the moment. Maybe Brightside is that true champion of the turf, and I just can't name any after that. Like it just, just that. I don't know. It was a good discussion I had with him, but it's just interesting to see how this autumn pans out. Hopefully, someone stands up and says, like Imperatriz in the spring, and stood up and just took the bull by the horns and dominated our spring. So hopefully there's someone out there that can do that to
I think it just demonstrates how hard it is to continually win. I think horses can stay up for a prep, even just a couple of runs, but just the horses like your Winxes and your Black Caviars, I think it just shows you they are once in a generational
yeah.
horses, and we were lucky to see two
Mm.
within 10 years. So
Yeah.
I think, to your point, definitely setting the bar quite high. It'd be fantastic to see another one, but I wouldn't count on it.
No, no. I'll keep raising the bar. Um, Subscribing to our YouTube or any podcast platform, guys. If you're a first-time listener or watcher, welcome. All we ask for you to do when you enjoy the show, when we find you plenty of winners like we did last week, um, subscribe to our YouTube or any podcast platform. When we do find you those winners, head over to Spotify. Please rate our podcast. Please like us on YouTube. Get involved on the comments. I would love to interact with you because it just grows our audience, and we can't do it without you guys. We tip winners. All we ask is for you to rate us on any platform that you watch us. Everything we do is free. There's no hidden paywalls. We do it for the love of it. So to yeah, that's all we ask for you to do. If you want to be part of our WhatsApp group, please DM us. We'll put you straight through. It's yeah, we're a unique bunch. Just love to have a pun. Um we're not what am I trying to look for? If you're looking for an easy hit of winners galore, we're probably not your group. We're just having a lot of fun. But we do find you winners, but we're not going to make you you're not going to pay off your mortgage with us. That's what I'm going to say. It's about just having a community and having a voice. It's not about me and Maddie having voices and dominating it. It's about you guys and people part of it now having a voice and just sharing their thoughts as it's an opinion. We've all got one, and it's a good little group. So if you want to join, DM, we'll put you straight through. Talking points, Matty. The first one, we've got a couple here. Q22 is now a ballot exemption race for the Caulfield Cup. Now, before you start Googling what is the Q22, no, it's not a plane, okay? It's the same
cruise line.
It's not a cruise line. It's the same path without a fight came through last year. I can see why they've made this the race exemption. Good on them for doing it. Very smart move. Get some local talent into the race. But we're not going to get it without a fight quality ever again, I don't think. And I support what they're doing and I get it, but I think we just got to realize we've just seen 1 in a million last year.
Would you like my opinion?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Actually remember going into the Caulfield Cup and stating the fact that I didn't like the horse because it went through the winter campaign. Generally speaking, you don't see horses win Group 1s in the spring that come through those winter campaigns. Now, to your point, this was the exception. I think you'll find that this will be a spot filled in the Caulfield Cup, and we won't really mention it past that.
No. And yeah, I support it. I love exempt races. It gets us talking about it. But yeah, we just got to remember we're not going to have the same quality as last year. And
look, and to that point, now they do have this exemption as part of this race. Both of the clubs have a job to do to make sure that they market this race in the right way, so the general public know that the horse that wins this race is straight into the Caulfield Cup.
Yep.
Definitely don't do a good enough job when it comes to exemptions.
I
think they've got an opportunity here, like they do for a few other races down here, for races into the Caulfield Cup as well.
Yeah, and good on MRC. They've always wanting to work with other race clubs interstate. They did it with the Everest, where they had a slot. If they won a certain race, they'd go into the slot. So good on MRC. They're doing different things. You don't see Moonee Valley or Flemington doing any of this. So credit again for MRC. I know it hurts me saying it a little bit, but no, good on them. They're trying to change the game, and I think they're going the right way about it in that sort of area. If you were living under a rock, Gay Waterhouse, Chris Waller have hit out over the sale of Rose Hill. The key point I took out of it was Gay Waterhouse, for me, saying you're only making this move because you're broke, as in Rose Hill. So my theory around it is if they're broke, where's the money coming from for this $7 million Golden Eagle? All these pop-up races, like where's the money coming from? Turnover's down by 12%. Yes, I keep hearing about this slush fund, but it's got to run out too. So clearly they're trying to sell this part of Rose Hill because they don't have the money. And Gay's calling it out. Good on him. Is this the end of PVL?
Ooh, interesting. Yep. I'll go the other way with Chris Waller. From what I hear, what I read, was exceptional in his preparation for how he actually presented to the committee and the club and the members. His key point, or one of several, but the one that I took notice of, was a move out to Horsley Park, which is one of the hottest suburbs when it comes to Sydney, and the welfare of the horses being trained in 45-degree heat. So I think he makes a fair point for the horses' welfare if that's the proposal for where they're going to be moving the training facilities to.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
like always, just very well prepared. And when he wants to win something, he goes that extra mile. And by all reports, he was very well prepared for this and presented exceptionally well.
Yeah. Yeah. And we've got to remember both these trainers do train out of Rose Hill. But it's a big move to move your whole operation out there. It's not like there's not like Victoria where a lot of people can train out of their backyards at Mornington or down at Pine Cliff or Balnarring. There's only a couple of areas. You either go metro or you're going real interstate. Not interstate, country. So, yeah, I think they just got to be careful and look after these people because Chris Waller could easily just pick up his operations and move to Melbourne if he wanted to.
I think
Um,
it's you'd be able to get triple digit odds for this to happen now.
Yeah, exactly. I think it'd be, as they said, that if they want to do it, that's fine, but it's got to be more investigation being done and better planning, not just off the hip.
And look, they may have wanted to sort this feedback as well. So that may have been their key objective. And now they have got that feedback. They may make a change, or they may have a change of heart. But very, very strange if that wasn't the case, that they didn't take the two lead trainers aside,
Mm.
get them on board beforehand. And if they weren't on board, then look for an alternative.
Yeah, I don't think PVL take feedback quite well, just between me and you, Matty. Um, PVL does PVL things, and that's the bottom line.
I'm sure he's tuning in, mate. I'm sure he's tuning in.
I reckon he might be. You never know. Reach out to PVL. Hello, mate. One thing I've just noticed, Matty, Jane Ivel, obviously heading back to New Zealand with her husband, who's got a job over at New Zealand as, I think, operations manager or CEO of a Trentham racecourse, I think it is. So we lose Jane Ivel for Mounting Yard for .com. Are they in trouble? They'll probably use Warren Huntley, who will and does a great job. Who else are they going to use? They can't be using Gemma Riley. They can't be using Amy Yagi or Charlotte Learfield, who keep popping up very lately. They're trainers. They're not mounting yard experts. Don't get me wrong. They do a great job in reporting on what's happening out on track, but they're not mounting yard judges. And there's a lot of people that will use mounting yard information just from home or, just having a bet at home. They love to hear from Jane or, Lizzie. I know she was doing a little bit for .com on Friday nights. So is this position going to start to become redundant?
Well, mate, I hope not. I'm probably not as close as what you are. I don't tend to look at the horses in the mounting yard as closely as what you do. But it is nice to have that inside word and someone who knows horses, knows what to look out for, give that commentary pre-race. So, look, fingers crossed it doesn't, and I'm sure racing.com will find a solution.
Yeah. I'd just like to hear the last word, what they think. Yes, no, if it's sweating up. But look, Warren will do a great job if he's the one that they're going to go with. I trust him, but it's just that next tier coming through. Just worried. They got rid of Bella Anderson 6 months ago or longer. She's definitely burned her bridges with .com. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just an interesting time for .com. What they're going to do. Matty, you wanted to talk about Caulfield last week.
No, I did. Went out there and took the kids out there. So I had a nice day, family day out there. And went down, took the kids down to have a look at some of the horses, especially Mr. Brightside. Wanted them to see Group 1 horse and got out there and got the job done, which was great. And as we were walking down there, saw the new mounting yards. And, mate, it looks sensational. I hadn't been out there for a little while. And the palm trees that they've got in the middle, boxes around the outside, you're sitting up high. If anyone's been out to Sha-Tin, very much similar to the, I guess, that Colosseum feel that you have when you're at Sha-Tin and you've got the horses kind of underneath you. And I'd probably say at Caulfield, they're even further down than what they are at Sha-Tin. So it's a sensational view, and really going to be looking forward to getting out there once they do actually finish that off, because I think it's going to be an absolute beauty. So from what I can see, hats off to Caulfield with what they've done so far. So really looking forward to seeing how that progresses.
You make an interesting point. It's new. So in our lifetime, Maddie, and I reckon under 50-year-old, under 50, probably haven't seen a renovation like this for a mounting yard. Yes, Flemington went from pre-parade ring to the parade ring underneath. So they
Yep.
didn't really change it. Caulfield have gone from the front now to the side, and they're not going to come from the other direction. They're coming from the other way, from the main entrance, the old main entrance. So I'm more looking forward to it because it's something different, and I think we're going to embrace it. You can't be. There's going to be the knockers of the thing, but I'm looking forward to opening it on All-Star Mile Day and seeing how it goes. Obviously, it's going to need more tinkering, but
Yeah,
no,
absolutely.
I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Mate, honestly, what you're going to find is people will be coming in from the front where the
Mm,
track is.
yep,
Also, those people who are watching inside, they're going to pile out to the
yep,
back to watch the parade ring,
yep.
because these horses, again, you've got seats going all the way around. There's plenty of room, and it looks absolutely sensational. So, again, looking forward to seeing that come to life. But from what I can see, I think they've done a very, very good job.
It'd be interesting to see what they do with the old parade ring, if that goes to the members or 50-50 with the GA. But yeah, time will tell. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. It's something MRC are doing well. I can't believe I've got twice in an episode. This is rare areas. Futures tickets. I'm ready to go here, Matty. We've spent 30 already. Innovations, 5 at 70. I think we've done our money. Bold Bastille. Oh, geez.
It's all right. Hold
I
that ticket. That's all right.
I'm definitely holding. I'm not selling it whatsoever. It was very late in the week, especially after our recording, that the trainers got on and said, "Oh, he's bad. He had bad blood, so that's why he was later than normal, and he will only improve." And yeah, it sort of the alarms went off, and that's fine. But he didn't get beaten a long way. Oh, she didn't get beaten a long way. She can definitely still win it, but yeah, I just would have liked to have gone a little bit better. But so we move on. We're down to $70. We are spending 70 tonight. So the full hundred's going in. We're going to start off with, I think, we'll start off with the big one. I'm going to spend 55. We're spending 55 on Bodyguard. I thought it was a nice win last week. I thought it did it quite easy, considering it was only first up last week. We'll take huge improvement off that first up run. Mark Zara rode it off pace and hit the line beautifully. It was hard to really, I thought, make ground in those those sprint races. So for what he did, yeah, higher octane was unlucky, and I just don't know how to judge how it would have gone if it got clear air, but got to judge what I saw, and I thought Bodyguard's only going to jump leaps and bounds off this first up. So 55 on at $5. We're roughly getting a return of 231 on Betfair, because odds of around 550 to $5. So I've rounded at the fives. The other one here, this is my Smoky, and I thought I was onto something here, and prices didn't really go off with the corporates, but it went off at Betfair very quickly. This is Maltese. Matty, you mentioned this 2 weeks ago because it was out of the Friedman yard, and
Yeah.
yeah, it was a bit flat first up, but that was 1,000 meters, and probably didn't want that 1,000 meters. Probably wasn't tuned to go either, knowing where its GF is. Last week, go and watch it. It was out of the Pointy Yagi, is it race? Hayasugi race. Watch how far back he got on this. It was mind-boggling how far back. It was clearly a tune-up run. It was a long way off him. and hit the line well. I loved its run. 1200 is going to suit this horse. It doesn't have to get that far back, but it was good to see if it does get that far back, it can make a run at him. Currently for the Blue Diamond, it is $21. I've taken the 21s already, so it's been sniped. But I was seeing 26s, some places 30s with the corporates. So that is Maltese. I'm having 15 on it, 21s, and that will get us around $300. So 5 on innovations at 70, probably done. 25 on bold, Bastille at 11s, hope chance. Maltese, we're having 15 on at 21. I really like this bet, guys. I love it each way. If I could go each way with you guys, I would. I would have gone the full 70 the place if I could. But we're going the win. Got to back myself in. Bodyguard 55 at 5s. I think we've found it. High Octane's probably the one I'm worried about. And the other Gay Waterhouse one in Lady Camelot who will come down. But you got to take in there. You got to take a few on, and I'm going to do it when we're confident. Bring on Blue Diamond Day.
Well, on Sunday, you messaged me and you said, mate, I think I found one. And I didn't even need to look. And I just wrote back, I didn't even say the horse's name. I just said, mate, is this the horse that had been a couple of lengths off Hasagi in both its starts? And our premier jockey who gets to choose any horse it wants with the trainer of Friedman.
Yeah.
And you've just gone, yes, mate, it is. I've gone, honestly, we had a look at on Sunday. It was 26s, about $750 for the place. So, mate, I'm quite happy if I've got 100 to spend. I'll be throwing 70 on the place and 30 on the nose.
Yeah, it's I'm really excited because it's still a price.
I agree.
I don't know what I'm missing.
It hasn't not even been extended yet.
No.
Now, I guess in saying that, there are a lot of good horses in this race.
Yeah, yep.
But very comfortable to be putting a bet on. That's something that's still paying 21s. And as you said, when we saw it on Sunday, it was at 26s. I don't think you're going to get any better than 21s. I think it's going to be found in between now and the Blue Diamond.
Yep, 100%. And Friedman, well, enough said.
Yeah.
All right, let's move over to some previewing some races here. I'm going to go race 1 and 7 at Flemington. Maddie's got race 6. I'll slot you in between races 1 and 7, Maddie, so be prepared. Race 1. Benchmark 84, 2,000 meters. Let's get a winner before while we're having a bit of lunch at what time was that race on? It is at 12:15. So smashing a meat pie here. Speed map. Amrico leads from Aquatiri. Jesus Christ, what are 2 names to be leading this one? Good luck, Matty Hill. I think that'll be sitting outside leader. You're telling me Flash Feelings scratched, Matty, so I can't talk about that. Interlink, I think, will be 3 wide, no cover. El Soldado will hold the rail from barrier 1. Speed-wise, I feel it'd be a slowly run race, but it could be a moderate tempo if Amrico and Aquatiri take each other on early because they both want to lead and one of them will want to find the rail, and I think that'll be Amrico. But I'm keen to be with Star Vega here. Map's disadvantage, but Rail True Flemington, they're going to get their chance. It's just going to be the map. It's going to be the speed that really is going to be our disadvantage. It will sit last, but I'm confident it's better than these. 2 huge wins at Sandown at 1,800 in benchmark 70 races. Class above them was sitting near last, and both in those races. Then finally went to Saturday grade and copped a poor steer. The jockey elected to stay inside a horse when he should have really come to the outside, and it would have been in the finish. The jockey won't be making the same mistake. He'll be coming down the outside. Amanco definitely is mapped advantaged here. Wouldn't talk you out of it. It was a great win last start, but that was only benchmark 70. But looking at the race, most of these are benchmark 73 horses, and with only 2 horses above that. Can't knock this horse, and our danger in the race. Flash Feeling, well, he's scratched, so I can't talk any more about that. Matty, any thoughts on the race?
Round Flash Feeling. I was with it a couple of. I was with it last start, and just it really just pulled its head off. So I was going to question you about Flash Feeling, but yeah, outside of that, quite comfortable to be with you here. Yeah, Starbagger didn't look too bad a bit.
Yeah, yep. Around the $3.90. They've come for it already, but that might be because of Flash Feeling being heavily in the market. Just want to bring up the odds here, just to have a look. Yeah, 650 into 420 already, and
Yep.
21 cents deductions already. So yeah, Amrico's $2.15. Interesting. Mark Zara elected to ride Flash Feeling in this, but he was on El Solado last start.
Yep.
So interesting he jumped off, but do you reckon they've scratched the horse because of how big of a weekend he's had at Vegas?
Yeah, he's probably spending a weekend at the gym, just in the sauna, steam room.
Yeah, if you've been to social media, I think he had a good interaction with Johnny O'Neill during the week. So if you want to have a good read about what happened there, go for it.
Good on him.
Race 6, Matty, Royal Randwick, go for it.
All right, mate. Just bring that up. Sorry, just a bit slow here. Right, cool. All right, mate. In terms of the market for this one, Worm, I think the bookies have pretty much got this spot on with the three horses that they've got out in front, being Samana, Sist Major, and also Atlanta. Now, this is going to be highly dependent, Worm, on the speed map. Now, I can see Penthouse and also Diamond Dealer being near the front of the field here. From there, it's going to be really important to see who actually slots in behind them. How I see this race panning out, Worm, is Samana, I think, will actually just slot in behind most likely Penthouse. So sitting in that one back, one wide position. I think Atlanta, even though this is over 1,200 metres, I can still see it getting a little bit further back, still with some cover. And then Sesmajer, I think from barrier number one, it's probably going to have two horses in front of it and potentially be three back, maybe two back on the fence. Well, I don't see Diamond Dealer or Penthouse really putting too much speed on. So over the 1,200, I think you're going to find that they'll get to about the 400-metre mark, and this could very much turn into just a sit and sprint. Now, if that's the case, I don't want to be on Sesmajer or Olympia. I think they're going to have too much work to do. Well, and that leaves me with Samana, who I think is going to be in the best position. From what I've seen of this horse, the last start win up on the Gold Coast, noting that was over 1,400 metres. Prior to that, though, ran over 1,200 metres, came second to Royal Merchant in that race, but really did put in a strong last 200, 300 metres. I think that's what it's going to need to do to get the chocolates here. So I'm quite happy to be with Samana at that $3.80 mark, ahead of horses like Alintia, who I think will be coming home strongly. And I want to see that horse over 1,400 metres, second or third up, and that's when we'll be playing Olympia. Everything I've heard, it's going exceptionally well. Sesmajer can't talk you out of the horse, but again, from barrier number one, I don't think it's going to get the right run in this race. Who knows what Timmy Clark can do? Maybe he'll be a little bit more positive on the horse. For me, though, Samana gets the run of the race. $3.80, I'll be with it. Worm, how did you see this one?
Mate, I'm just really stoked that you didn't mention She's All Class. Now, if anyone's been an avid watcher or listener, Maddie's had a massive heart on for this horse for, I don't know, how many episodes we've gone for? 130, or even 120 of them. You've somehow found a way to mention it, and today you haven't. So I'm a bit gobsmacked. So you've thrown me here. 100% agree, Samana. Like, stay tuned, guys, because there's form out of that race he mentioned at the Gold Coast that we're going to line up here. So $3.80 for a Group 3 race. Keep that in mind for later. But agree, great win at Gold Coast. I'm just really gobsmacked at the prices we're getting on Penthouse. I know I gave it a whack at Caulfield and said it's coming out of a highway. How can you? But only one length off a Group 3. Yeah, it was Vagrant. We don't know where it's at. Road at Aratagi's finished 4th in that. So he was 550 in a Group 3. And now you're getting $10, double the odds almost for another Group 3. So I reckon if you're playing your same race multis, I reckon you'd be playing Samina to win from Penthouse top 4. I reckon that'd be a good bet to have.
Yeah, mate, it's been running well.
Hmm.
I could definitely see that running into place. As I said, if they don't put too much pace on up front, Diamond Dealer and Penthouse over the last 200, it's going to have something to give.
Yeah, 100%. A few of these jockeys are going to have to be switched on. I don't understand them why the money for Sess McJerk is there, and Alentia. They both haven't done too much last prep. So yeah, I'm with you. 2 to beat 7. Race 7, we're going to at Flemington. I'm just going to bring up the odds so I can just keep an eye on it. This is a ripping race, I think. The CS Hayes Stakes, which pretty much leads you into the Australian Guineas. Speed map, we'll start with Ambassadorial will lead at any cost out of Gay Waterhouse. And just check the Jordan Charles, the ride, of course. Should have been hand in hand, but they'll lead at any cost. Run, Harry, run. Might use Ambassadorial to get across without doing too much work now from 13. Otago will use barrier 3, camp behind the leader. If Riff Rocket and Vidad want to use their good barrier, they can find the perfect map here, I think. King Colorado will be 3 wide with a bum to follow. I can see this race being run at a solid tempo due to the leader in Ambassadorial. I think we're going to have I'm going to have one bet, but I'm also going to mention one for the futures here. I think there's a futures play in this race. I'm going to start off with my main bet here, and that's Otago. It's my main bet here. This horse has some talent. I feel we haven't seen it yet, and this could be the day. As I said earlier, it maps advantage, camping behind the leaders, and its race fit. Unlike most of this field, they're either first or second up. Maiden Victory was very good. Last start just needed to do what it needed to do to win. I thought since then it's been to the jump outs, and I thought it went superb, ready to rock and roll. Currently around the 420 mark, and I just thought this was a good price to have a crack at. King Colorado was very good last start, especially its last 150. I might be eating my words here about it not winning a race, but it's second up, and it might put in a flat one here over the 1400. Should get a nice cart in the race, but being 3 wide, it might even find the best lanes. It is a clear danger, but I just don't want to be taking $3 second up. Riff Rocket, it's had 2 nice jump outs. Really liked its last one, especially its last 100 meters. 14 shouldn't suit, but it wouldn't shock me if it won first up. But typical Waller, it'll be looking for 3rd or 4th up. I'm very interested in how this horse has come back after its a beautiful win in the Victoria Derby. Now, my roughie of the weekend, my futures play here is Cap Ferret. Currently $34 and $7. It's had 2 trials in Sydney, both typical Waller trials, out the back, looking after him. Definitely a pass mark, those trials. But let's go back to last prep. This horse had no luck whatsoever. Blocked for runs, never got full crack at him until really the last 200 in all its runs last prep. Thought it was good. Second in the spring champion. Should have finished closer than 3.6 because it was unlucky. The winner was Tom Kitten, who I thought went really well first up. A lot of people will knock it, but I think it's come back very, very well. Third in the gloaming. Finished alongside Tom Kitten that day. This horse is flying under the radar. Do I want to be playing it on Saturday? Probably not, but if it gets out to 50 plus, what's 0.25 by 0.75 the place in units? But when I went to the futures markets, I thought I was onto something here, and I was getting very excited. I thought we might even see triple figures somewhere. But Rosehill Guineas, $26. I'm happy to have a little play at that. That's 2,000 meters. And then in the Derby, it's come up $15. I was gobsmacked. So I thought it was flying under the radar, but clearly someone rates it at the boogies to have it at $15. Do I want to take 15 now? Yeah, let's have a crack at that. So Cat Ferret, if it runs well, $15 in the Derby and 26 in the Rosehill Guineas. Yes, please. Matty, thoughts?
Very nice, well reviewed. Look, Worm, in terms of this race, I've landed on King Colorado. I big fan of the horse. Like how it's raced last start, and not necessarily a first up horse either. King Colorado. You'll know that what was it, last preparation? It was second up into the Caulfield Guineas. So the stable know that it doesn't necessarily go well first up, or it's never set for first up running. So I think we can see improvement from last start, knowing that this isn't its grand final. And when in a race like this, I think it's really important that everyone actually understands that these horses are set for certain races, and these are going to be races to get them fitter for future grand finals. So just take that into consideration. Horses like your King Colorados, perfect horse like Riff Rocket. I can't see Riff Rocket winning on the weekend. Has it got the ability to? Absolutely, it does. But it's running around for a bit of fitness for its grand final, probably in 2 to 4 weeks' time.
Yeah, it's a cracking race, and yeah, I can't wait. Especially Cat Ferret, I can't wait to see how well it's come back. Geez, if it's screaming down the outside, oh God, call the police. But no, cracking race, can't wait to watch it. And yeah, Keno, don't forget, I'm keen on Otago mainly. Around the grounds, Matty, I'll go first because I've only got one. It's short and sweet. Randwick Race 4, number 8, Win Chat. What a win it was first up. Just needs to repeat the same tactics, jump, lead, win, and they won't be catching this horse. He's currently $2 into $1.80. Randwick Race 4, number 8, Win Chat.
Perfect. Thank you, Worm. I'm going to go down to Flemington. The horse we just mentioned, King Colorado, I think second up, we'll see big improvement for the horse. To your point, I think it will probably be sitting 2 or 3 wide with a little bit of cover from there. I think it'll get to the good part of the track. I think you kind of want to be sitting in the lanes of 5, 6, 7, 8 at Flemington on the weekend, and I think it'll be too good for this field. Race number 9, Jimmy Star. Now, I'm not going to be with it. He probably wins the race at $1.50, $1.55. But, mate, I'm going to be with the horse that I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, which I thought was going to run, didn't. Kabling. Place bet, around that 220, 225 mark. I'd much rather be with Kabling here at 220, 225 than Jimmy the Star to win, or Jimmy Star, I should say. Jimmy probably is a star, but we'll be with Kabling. I think it's going exceptionally well. And I think in this race, from barrier number 3, gets the ideal run. We'll see how the track's going on Saturday, but it could even come to a place, plus also a 1x4 plate. But for now, I'll be taking the 220, 225 the place. We'll jump up to Sydney, Worm. Race number 1. Really interesting race. I think it's a race in 2. You've got Switzerland, ran a couple of weeks ago. James McDonald on board. And then you've also got the Waterhouse horse, Shangri-La Express. Now, we saw it earlier on in this year. 2 starts, jump, lead, win. Very much go Waterhouse style. Shangri-La Express will lead again over the 1,100 metres. It's whether Switzerland can actually catch it. It'll probably be sitting 2 back from it. And I think it's going to be quite challenging for Switzerland to get over Shangri-La Express here. Well, I think the JMac factor is definitely being taken into consideration, plus also the fact that Switzerland ran a couple of weeks ago while Shangri-La Express has had a bit of a gap between runs. For that reason, Worm, I'm going to be with Shangri-La Express to beat Switzerland. Worm, any further thoughts?
Yeah, mate. It's very rare we will go against each other. But I cannot be having Shangri-La Express. Don't get me wrong; those two wins before Christmas were outstanding, and I thought Golden Slippers with this horse. But I just didn't like his jump outs. I thought it could have gone better. It's come out of two big races before Christmas, and that was its first prep. I wonder if this horse is shot. Um, I'm with Switzerland, uh, only because it was a good win last start. The form's been franked with Castagna winning last week. It beat it by 2.7. I think it just needs to follow that. $1.90, I think, is a great price. So I'm going to do the hamburger a lot. I'm going to back Switzerland, lay Shangri-La Express. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting community come 12:30 on Saturday. 12:31 I'll go because it'll be a minute after the race that the banter will start.
Jeez. All this on a 2-year-old race. Cannot wait.
But yeah, I could be wrong, but it's an opinion game. And when you said you like it, it scares me even more now. I was
Oh, mate.
I was peacocking through the door, going, I've got the best lay of the weekend here. And when you said I like it, I'm like, oh shit.
It is a 2-horse race, let's put it that
Yep.
way.
Yep.
And look, if Regan Bathurst goes a little bit too hard on it, it's going to be quite comfortable for Switzerland. So Regan's going to have a job to do to set the tempo. But oh, I'm quite confident that the Waterhouse Bots team know exactly what they're doing here. I'm not really too worried about Trolls.
Hmm.
And I think I'd prefer to be on the horse in front here than the horse trying to catch the bunny.
Yeah, nice. I'm just watching a bit of Happy Valley races, mate. Sorry. Um, Brendan Vardalla's just rode a winner, race 2. Good on him. I was just happy for him. Multi-time.
Oh, yes. How'd we
I'll
go last week, mate?
yeah, I thought I'd get away quietly. Yeah,
Because I had that one paying 420 a place, a
yeah,
Marty.
in a 7-horse race too.
Yep,
Yep, well found. Hey,
yep.
quick
And
credit's due.
then we went to the last race. Tintuki just got done, but we had it for the place.
Yep, yep.
So we snagged the multi.
Yeah. We snagged 2 out of 3, that's for sure. Honestly, I definitely went with the wrong blue jacket. I should have gone with Zapateo. We went Pericles, and yeah, jockey thought he'd sit out the back and have a good time and give it absolutely no chance. And when that happened, I knew how it was going to end, and it ended exactly how I thought. And fuck me, I was kicking myself because when someone finds something at $5 the place in a 7-horse field, oh, geez, it was I was very quiet for a couple of hours waiting for Maddie to just write the old, how'd we go? But yeah, nah, we missed. But best thing is we go again. I'm gonna just go race Flemington, race 10, number 6, Meridius, 3:30 the place. Maddie, what are you throwing in?
Sydney race number 6, some the place around about $1.50, $1.55. Plus also Flemington, race number 9, Kabling for the place around about 220, 225.
Yeah, we can get around $11 for that. So yeah, it could be another 2 out of 3, and this could be the absolute end of me with a multi, but I'm pretty confident Meridius runs a place. All right, pineapple. I think you summed it up well, Matty, about this meeting. And do you want to say what you think about this meeting? Oh, Caulfield for the weekend, actually.
Across the weekend. Oh, yeah,
Mm,
look, I mentioned it. Just got to be really careful with some of these horses. Like a lot of them are first up. They're not being set for these races, and a lot of them are going to get a long way back, run on, look like absolute superstars, but they're out there to gain some fitness and have a run. So just be really careful of that, especially like horses like even King Colorado, Riff Rocket, those type of horses. Alentia, I think that you're going to see the best of them next start after, even the start after that. They're probably going to have 2, 3, 4, 5 runs this preparation. So just because they're first up doesn't mean they're going to win. And if they don't win, doesn't mean you need to jump off them either.
Yeah, 100%. It's like a watching day, I reckon. But in saying that, our pineapple, this is rare areas. This is some juicy odds.
Oh, not Switzerland. Okay, here we go.
Not Switzerland, not Imperatriz. We're not looking at the $80s. We're gonna go double figures.
Okay.
We're gonna go Caulfield race 10, number 6, Meridius. Now I said earlier, Samana, $3.50 in a group 3. Let's go again with Revolutionary Miss, who came out of the same race, $5 in an earlier race at Flemington. We're getting $11 for a horse that's sitting in a benchmark race in the last. Currently $11. I love what this horse did on the Gold Coast. First up at Gold Coast, or wasn't first up, but first start at Gold Coast. Had a wide barrier, had to go back to near last, ran on well. Second start, he got caught on the rail from barrier 4, was held up, hit the line well, running around form lines. As I said, Revolutionary Miss, Samana. And I thought we matched motors with Revolutionary Miss. So why are we getting a price differential like this in a benchmark race? I don't know. It's $11 in an easier race. Maps perfectly well. Can end the day with a bang. And the best part is, I think Jamie Carr's on board.
Jamie is on board.
And she's just been engaged to Benny Mallum. So she's going to have a spring in her step. I can't wait. $11 and $3.30. If this wins, this is going to be next episode's going to be sizzler, I reckon. But yeah, no, really, I just love this price. $11 shouldn't be it. We'll start single figures, but take it now because yeah, it'll be winning.
I like the confidence, and I like the form lines that you've gone through there as well. Some nice races it's been in, and look, as a 4-year-old, this horse has been in some very, very good races.
Yep.
Been in a few Group 1s, so finding itself in a benchmark 84, yes, double-digit odds, very tasty.
And especially if Revolutionary Miss wins, Samana wins, you can just keep
Ooh.
doubling. You can keep doubling your bets because the form lines will stack. That punters that have been watching this would be marking it going, well, if these two run well, we're going to be backing it. They don't run well, we can just halve the bet. But I am that confident it can be running a massive race at $3.30 the place.
I like that. That might be a little all-up bet there.
It'll be in majority of my multis. So,
Ooh,
but
good.
$11 the win. Bang, bang. Any final thoughts, Matty?
Mate, just one question for you. Is that a Newcastle jumper you've got on? Is that a Melbourne jumper you've got on? Just
No.
fill us in.
It's my cricket top that I wear.
Oh.
Yep.
Coaching?
No. Some people might think I might with the voice I've got around the club. But no, I've gone back to playing cricket that I've done for 20 odd years. And yeah, played my first game the other week in 37-degree heat and almost pulled the pin after the game. That was fun. And playing again this Saturday in the 2. So that will be quite. If you want to watch, I'm on Frogbox. I'm on YouTube. So if you want to have a good laugh, I'll be on YouTube live. So stay tuned.
Good luck, mate. Hope you go well.
Oh, mate, I just feel sorry for the opposition because I'm just going to verbally abuse them because I won't be able to watch the races. So yeah, that's my game with my mouth and not my actions. Just like this podcast, my mouth and not my actions. But anyway, thank you for joining us, Matty. Black Caviar Stakes Day. Next week, Blue Diamond Stakes Day. Massive Group 1s ahead. See you all next week. Hopefully we find you plenty of winners. Remember, rate, like, subscribe. We love you all.